Hi everybody, this is the Baseball Hut, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the people's champion, your host, the Hut, and of course, got a little Mets news, believe it or not. The Mets have signed lefty starter Jose Quintana to a 2-year, $26 million contract. Now, it's interesting because what the word is that they're still in on Jose Senga. So that seems to be the other move that's probably going to come down. Now, about Quintana. He's a journeyman, a journeyman starter. He spent a lot of years in Chicago with the White Sox. This past year, he pitched for the Pirates, and then he got traded to the Cardinals. He pitched really, really well for the Cardinals down the stretch. He had an ERA a little over 2, and he pitched against the Phillies in the playoffs. Pitched well against the Phillies. So he is a lefty of some note. He's above 500 to let you know. He is a solid, professional, middle to the back end rotation starter on a good team. Obviously, Mets are a good team. And what I love about him is that he's left-handed. The Mets did not have a regular lefty in their rotation this past season. They didn't have anybody. Other than David Peterson come in and out, they actually now have a solid left-handed starter in this rotation. It's extremely important to be able to give teams different looks. It's very important. Even though the Mets won 101 games, you still need that lefty in your rotation. Now, Jose Senga. It seems that the Mets are very impressed with him. Buck Showalter talked about him yesterday when they were doing the sort of the little pressers with all the managers. He talked a lot about Senga because the Mets can talk about Senga because he's outside the system as a free agent. He's also mentioned if the Mets sign him, the money that they give him will not go to the luxury tax. All right. So since they gave a fairly modest contract to Quintana, which is less money than I think they gave Bassett last year, they can give Senga whatever they want to give him, and it doesn't apply to the luxury tax or anything like that. The rumor about Senga, just to let you know, is that he's looking for a 5 to 6 year deal, and he's looking for a team that is in the process of being a winner. That's a winner. As we know, the Mets are a winning team now. So it's not like in the past. So last night there was talk that it was going to take a while for him to sign because he wants to make sure he goes to the right team. But I get a different feeling now. Maybe by the end of the day we'll have some resolution with him. But things are starting to percolate now. Things are starting to happen now with the Mets. They're going to bring in some pieces in before everybody goes home in San Diego and back to their cities and stuff. So I expect some bullpen help today. I don't know about Brandon Nimmo, but the word is because Mark Feinstein had mentioned the fact that the Mets were talking to Quintana, and he also mentioned that he would not be surprised if Brandon Nimmo went back to the Mets. Now, as far as we know, the Mets have not met with Brandon while he's been on this tour with the other teams at the winter meetings. But he has been talking to the Mets on a fairly regular basis. So there is contact. That seems like he does want to come back here. It's not a Jacob deGrom situation. And the Mets want him back. So that's sort of the feeling I have about what's going on here. But again, the Mets signed to a 2-year deal, which is a very good contract for both sides, for the Mets and for him. Say it doesn't work out, maybe next offseason they move him. It doesn't put a lot of money onto the payroll going forward, and it holds the fort until the Mets pitching in their farm system starts to really develop. And it's going to take a little while. So, again, thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to the Baseball Hut. Keep your eye out for more stuff. I'll be in a live stream later. Thank you, and I'll see you later.